Today we're at Henley-on-Thames. This is our second walk from Henley, and we're just showing you up towards the centre, and there's a church on your right hand side there. Well, we're just going to show you this tiny bit, and then we're going to head towards our starting place for our walk. And as you can see straight forward, that's where the Henley Regatta takes place. There's a plaque at the side telling you about the origins of the Henley Royal Regatta. We've got a boat here, looks like a bit of an old speedboat type of thing. Two swans in a cygnet, and just at the back we've got a grebe. Looking up towards the bridge, you've the red line hotel on your right hand side. At the back of there you've got the church, and that's where Dusty Springfield's buried. We've made our way to Tilebarn Close. Just at the end there's a car park, and this is where we're going to start our walk today, at the end of Henley College. So we turn out the car park, right, and then immediate left up Paradise Road. We're heading towards Henley Park, Middle Assendon, Bix-Greys Court. We're going to make it around. Car park's free. We're heading up like a tarmac track now. We've passed two houses on our left hand side. You walk forward a couple of 100 yards and the footpath starts going up on your left in steps, but we turn right there and follow the fence line. You walk forward a couple of 100 yards and you come out onto a tarmac track. We've got the college entrance just behind us. We head straight forward. So we walk to the Paradise Road, turn left. There's just a lovely beamed house there at the end of Paradise Road. In front of us we've got Friar Park. This is the late George Harrison's house. Cross over the road, turn immediate left. Signpost says to Hop Gardens. Walk to the end of the road, you've got Friars Park on your left hand side. We turn right into Chris Road. Walk to the end of Chris Road, turn left, then immediate right between the bungalow and the house. You're walking at the back of the houses like a tight little tunnel through the trees, but we're doing all right. We're heading forward. You walk at the back of the houses. After a couple of minutes you'll come out into a recreation ground, turn immediately right and head towards the A4130. When we get to the road we'll be back to you because we're still map reading. Well, we've made our way to the road now. We turn left. Sign in front of us says Fairmile. We cross over the road 50 feet to the end of the wall and then turn right, heading up towards the wood with a fence on our right hand side. We're walking down the side of Rupert House playing fields. Did you hear that? We think that's a bird of prey, probably a kite. We walk to the end of the field and that's brought us up into a wood, and we're slightly bearing round to the left on the Oxfordshire Way. Takes you uphill, just keep heading uphill. There's one or two paths seem to go off, but just keep heading uphill. Eventually in the front of you you'll see a gate. We go through the gate. We've left the wood now. We've come out into like an open pasture. There's clumps of trees in the middle of the field. We're just heading forward to the left hand side of this first clump of trees. We can see the path. You're walking with a taxi driver today. It's the 4th of September today. This is a new walk for us. We picked this walk up yesterday in the Tourist Information Centre in the middle of Henley. The lady was very helpful and she pointed one or two walks out for us, so let's keep going. Well, as we're walking along we've been hearing birds of prey. We think we've got a kestrel or a sparrowhawk on our left hand side there, just on the bough of the tree. He's right at enemy range, but it's still a good shot. Well, he's there just preening his feathers and that there, look. We've just a slight breeze on today, but it's very warm. Well, we'll leave him at that. We just keep heading forward. We think this is a deer park, plenty of sheep, but we can't see no deer. Just before we get to the end of the park, you'll see a giant tree. You've got like 3 seats carved out of tree trunks there, so we're going to stop and have a quick cup of tea. We walk to the end of the park, through the gate, straight forward up the tarmac track. We've just got a little squirrel here in front of us. He doesn't seem too bothered. We've just walked, we're on that tarmac bit of track now, look. Oh, he's gone behind a tree. We're just heading forward. We've got some pretty smart houses on our right hand side. And here we've got a kite just above us, look. And you can see the underneath of his wings as he's turning for us. And we'll just show you where we are, look. Just heading straight down there. There's plenty of kites about. We walk to the end of the road. We come out at Pond Cottage. We go straight over through the gate and we're heading towards Middle Assendon on the Oxfordshire Way. We're just heading forward across a couple of fields and heading into a wood in front of us. What we thought was a wood turned out to be rather a large hedge. But when you make it to the other side, look to your right hand side and the valley there is absolutely fantastic. We make our way downhill till we reach the houses in the bottom of the valley, and then we turn left up the tarmac track. Walk 100 yards to the end of the road, look to your right hand side and you'll see the public house called the Rainbow Inn. Just before the pub you'll see the telephone box and the little gap through the hedge. We're crossing over the road and heading up there. We walk forward 100 yards, cross over the stile, and then we're heading slightly uphill to the wood in front of us. We can see the gap in the trees. We make our way through the wood and at the top the path comes out onto the road. We turn left there, going slightly uphill. We keep walking up the tarmac track and eventually it comes out to an open field. We head across the field and in front of us that village is called Bix. We come out with a church on our right hand side and the old school on our left, and then we turn left there. Walk forward 100 yards, you'll come to the main road, go straight over. There's a sign saying unsuitable for HGVs. As you walk forward you'll see this pretty little beam cottage on your left hand side. It looks like an old barn conversion. It's beautiful. Just opposite from the barn, near the tree, you'll see what was the water tank with a pump, and this was used to fill the water for the steam engines coming up the hill from Henley. Just near the water tank we look over into the field and there's red kites everywhere, and we think we can see some sat on a water trough. Let's have a look. There's a couple of red kites at back flying now, maybe 3, but there's 2 just sat there, look, on a little tank in the middle of the field that the cattle drink out of. In fact, everywhere you look in this area there's red kites. It's great. We've another one here, look, just sat on the post. So we've 2 on the little tank in the field and 1 to the left hand side there. He's just scared a couple of rooks off. This was his seat and he was having it. Has he got some carrion there? I can vaguely make out because I'm at the end of my range, but he looks as if he's... No, maybe not. Either he was feeding or preening there. I think he's just ruffling his feathers and just tidying himself up a bit. If you want to see red kites, you need to be down to Henley. There's as many as you want. Right, we'll leave it at that. We keep heading up the road, passing the houses on your left hand side, and they certainly do look fantastic. Sort of Tudor sort of looking, I don't know if they are. We walk forward another 200 yards, the road splits. We keep veering round to the left. We've got Bix Manor on our left hand side. Walk along the road for 3 or 4 minutes. On your right hand side you'll see a sign saying Lawrence Farm. We turn right there. We're just heading along the track. Pretty tight edges either side, but very nice. We walk down the track for about 5 minutes. Eventually we come to a private property sign. We look to our right hand side with a little gate, so we turn right there. We're heading towards Greys Court now. As we walk through the field with a tiny little herd of very young calves, you know, probably 9-month-old, they all come to see us because they're very curious, the cows. Well, we'll leave it at that. At the end of the field, you'll walk through into a wood, turn immediate left. On your left hand side you'll see a CW, Chiltern Way. We're just heading forward through the wood and there's quite a distinctive path. As you walk forward, the path veers off to your left. But look straight in front of you, you'll see like a cross. We just walk to the left hand side of the cross, straight forward. We come out into the open field. We've got a farm building or a house on our right hand side. We head forward in between the two telegraph poles. There's, like I say, there's red kites everywhere we look here, flying above us, over us. This is just performing in front of us now. Look at that. And he's coming up with them trees now. There he is. They're not tame, but they feel as if they are because they're not sort of frightened of people. Look how close we are here. He's doing a display for us here. He's putting on a great display for us. Walk across the field, you'll come to a little tarmac road. Go into the field at the other side, straight across. Through the fence at the end, over another field, we're heading towards the wood. We've got farm on our left hand side. We walk forward 2 or 3 minutes through the wood till we reach a little pond. And we can see dragonflies flying around on it as well. And then we turn right over the bridge. Well, I don't know if you can see that, but we've got a dragonfly there. Not easy to film, I'll tell you, because he won't sit still, but you know, that's best we can do. Here he is again. There we are, there's 2 of them, but we can only seem to get 1, but there is 2. Oh, he's almost teasing me here. We've left the pond and we're still heading forward, but this is absolutely beautiful, is this part of the world, Henley. It's fantastic. It's lovely and quiet. You know, we haven't met many people up here, but who we've met, they've been very friendly and helpful with us and pointed a few things out for us to look at. We keep heading forward. As we went through the gate, we look behind us and it says it's called Johnny's Gate. And the depression that we've walked down was the old Henley Road. And there's a post there telling you about it, and you can read that for yourself. At the end of the field, we go through a gate, coming out into a car park, walk forward 100 yards and then turn right on the tarmac track in front of Greys Court. As we walk down the tarmac track, we look to our right hand side. We'll just give you a quick look because it looks quite nice in front of Greys Court. It really does. We've got the cows in the field there. We're just heading down the tarmac track. This is a public right of way, is this? As we walk by the front, we decide to take another shot at the building. We like a bit of a castle-y bit on the right hand side. You've got a great view of the grounds and the house. We'll come back and do this another day, but it's 4:30 now and we still haven't finished our walk. We keep going. We're stood in front of Greys Court now. We look to the other side of the valley over the road and we can see a house set there in the trees. We just keep walking straight on, downhill, on the tarmac track. Walk down the track for 2 or 3 minutes And as the track veers off to your left hand side, there's a gated road in front of you, but we just head straight forward through the trees. You can see the tiny gate in front. The little path leads down to the road and we turn left. Tiny bit of car park in there by the look of it. We walk down to the end of the road. You'll see a give way sign. We turn right there. Walk up the road, past the Rotherfield-Greys sign and the 30 mile an hour, and on the corner where the car is we turn left. So we turn into the little slip road about 80 feet. On your left hand side we've got our footpath saying Henley 2.5 mile. As we head down the path we drop downhill and then bear off to your right hand side. We're walking through an arch of trees again. You've got your fallen log on your left there, look. After a few minutes you'll come out into an open field. We've just seen what we think's a muntjac deer, but we couldn't get the camera on it fast enough. We keep heading forward. Look at that there. We think we've got, that's a kestrel, look. We've just seen him fly off that tree, go down. He must have missed what he was after and shot back up there. And that's not a bad old shot. We're not quite at the end of our range, but we're nearly there. Great shot. There's some wildlife round here. He's gone. We're slowly making our way back towards Henley now, keeping our eyes open for as much wildlife as we can. We've gone over a stile and dropped down into another field, but we're still heading forward. We're still heading forward in between two fences along the valley bottom until we come to a crossroads and we head straight over on the yellow arrow. We're walking in between the fence and the hedge. We're nearly back now. Well, here we are. We're back at the car park now. We hope you've enjoyed our walk today at Henley. You've been walking with a taxi driver today.